Thank you, Emily. Well, you may remember these guys because they performed at the Lucille Ball Festival earlier this summer in Jamestown. Again, we are welcoming the GIs of comedy. I'm going to do a little bit of a roll call. Down the line, we have Tom Tran, Jose Serdui, and Tom Irwin. Now, you have sort of taken your love of comedy throughout the country, but you're also sort of raising awareness and continue the conversation about veteran affairs as you go along. So kind of catch us up. What have you been up to since the Lucille Ball Comedy Festival?
Well, what we're doing here in Buffalo this weekend is we're shooting our television broadcast special. If you've seen any like the Comedy Central Presents kind of things, that's what we're doing. We're shooting the special at Rockwell Hall. We're working with the broadcast department to do it there at the school. We're actually going to put it on a DVD to send to the troops overseas, to the guys who I'm going to assume don't get Comedy Central in Afghanistan. So if you want to come be a part of the show, you want to be on TV, we're going to get like audience shots. It's going to be a great show, and it's for a great cause. So we're going to send 20,000 copies overseas after it airs on television.
And whenever we have comedians on, stage there in the studio, talking about their performances, I always like to ask what they joke about. I can imagine that you joke a lot about the military, but what can people expect if they are coming to the show?
We mostly make fun of him.
Mostly.
Because he has gas issues.
I heard he's working on that.
Well, because he's Asian, and you're not supposed to have Asians eating Mexican food, but he loves it. Just loves
Lactose intolerant, don't really care.
Yes.
Mexican food is mostly cheese.
So we talk about that. We talk about our military experiences. Tom Irwin was a general in the four-star
Salvation Army.
Salvation Army.
Well, I have a wife and kids. Like, I'm much different. Like, these guys are like, he's like, children and wives are like kryptonite to Jose. They're like, he would just recoil at the thought. And I'm a family guy, and he is just this angry little Asian dude that, like, I don't know what Tom is.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people ask me if war changed me. Like, did I come back different? And absolutely. I was a 6'4" black man when I left for Iraq. And now I'm a very angry 5'7"
War is hell.
I can imagine, though, there's a fine line with something that's so serious of a topic as war in the military and what you can joke on. So how do you find that? How do you make it not only relatable for people that haven't been over there to experience this, but also, still pay respects to it?
Well, we cope with, when you go through a traumatic experience, you cope with it by being funny. So I tell a joke about being shot at, which is like, oh my God, they're shooting at us. But at the time, we're like, I think they're shooting at us. like that kind of, we don't have a gun, what do we do? Just shh. Just be very quiet.
He's a pilot.
Yeah, I'm a pilot. So we didn't, at the time, it was just very serious, but afterwards we joked around about what had happened, because I talked on the radio. I'm like, we got ground fire north of the field, and they said, stand by. And I was like, when? He just said, stand by.
It's not like we haven't ever said anything that was inappropriate that we didn't say a second time. So, occasionally you just bring something to the table and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to say that anymore.
Well, it definitely seems like there's something that everyone can relate to, especially when we talk about using comedy as a way to cope. I think there's a great lesson there. Just real quick, remind everybody where the recording is going to happen and how they can get hold of tickets.
Rockwell Hall on the campus of Buffalo State College, 1300 Elmwood Avenue. You can get tickets at the Buff State website, or you can go to gisofcomedy.com, our website. There's a link right on the front page. Tickets are $20 for the general public, $5 for Buff State students, and if you're a veteran, you get in for free.
So Buff State students have no reason not to come.
They have no excuse.
All right, thank you guys. It's always a joy to have you in studio, but right now we have to head over to the Kitchen World Kitchen.